The 3DS has been around for quite a long time. We are in the 8th year now of it being in production and in use and all that stuff. Yeah. So it is quite ancient in technology terms. The only thing I can think of that has gone on for this long was the original Game Boy. So
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy to think of because we don't live in those days anymore where we have the same piece of hardware for a long time. It's kind of crazy. So Nintendo has tried to kind of keep the 3DS alive. We've kind of gotten some bigger titles for it within the last year and a half. We got the Metroid 2 remake, Return of Samus. We got...
Is that good, by the way?
I wouldn't know.
Oh.
I wouldn't know.
How does it play? Is it a first-person thing?
No, side-scrolling.
Oh, I should get that.
Plays like an original Metroid
I
game.
should totally get that.
Yeah, you should look into it. Yeah. You've got the... you have the game that I picked up, the original Luigi's Mansion, which is a great port, by the way. Like, I hear a lot of people poo-poo it. It's great. It's fantastic. Like...
And there's the second one, too, right?
Yeah, there's a second one on there, Dark Moon,
which came out on the 3DS originally,
yeah,
right?
but like that's been about
a
6
long time
years,
ago.
I think.
Yeah.
And then of course we've had some price drops. Star Fox 64 3D has dropped to 20. Super Mario Maker 3DS has dropped to 20. Majora's Mask has dropped to 20. So they're really, as far as software titles go, they are cutting the price for those. So what has been happening recently with the 3DS is that according to Shintaro Furukawa, who's the current president of Nintendo, has stated that when it comes to the 3DS market, that it has, quote, contracted faster than we anticipated, meaning it's shrinking. Not as many people are interested in the 3DS systems and possibly games as well. He stated that 3DS owners are buying it as their first game system because it has a desirable price point, which I'll get into a little bit in a second. And he says that there's room for both 3DS and Switch in the current market. He also says that Nintendo is still pushing for the idea of having multiple Switches in one household. Like they want everyone to own a Switch, not just have it be a family.
How do you push
system.
that? Sell them in bundles.
Well, I mean, it's for instance, pretty much any multiplayer game you can play on one Switch or several.
Yeah,
you can do just a local wireless connection to each other, and it works great. They did say that the 3DS is still going to be supported, but they are going to. I mean, we're probably. And let's face it, 3DS is well past its peak. And we're probably not going to see a whole lot of titles come out soon. I would say this is probably going to be the last year.
It's like a dying star. It has shone bright for many years.
Right, but it's not burning very bright.
Also, you said they said that there's room for both the Switch and but how if one of them is obviously falling off?
Well, okay, so there is the fact that the 3DS, not 2DS, but the 3DS does 3D when the Switch does not do 3D. A lot of people don't care about that, and I'm not discounting that, but that is a feature that they used to say there's no play like it. Well, they used to say there's no play like it. Like that used to be like the 3DS motto because it plays stuff in actual stereoscopic.
You want to get a headache? Turn on 3D. Sorry, that's just how.
Yeah, but that only happens for the first 40 minutes. And then you get over
it's worth it.
And then you're
totally
good.
worth it.
Oh, I think so.
I
Just
don't like it.
Minor
It weirds me
eye
out.
strain.
Especially like when you're looking at it and then you look around and you're like, whoa, I don't know. It
takes you out of the element.
It's weird, man. I don't do it. It's distracting, really.
The first model definitely didn't do too well, but I think that the new one with the face tracking where you don't have to hit that sweet spot necessarily.
I don't know if I've done that one, so yeah, it might be better.
Oh, I think it's 10 times better. But when he said that it has a desirable price point, let's take a look at that. the current models that they're selling right now, I will agree that the regular 2DS, $80 with a bundled game, yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm. $80. I mean,
you mean the flat 2DS?
The wedge?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the wedge. That's right.
That is actually, I think that's a really good model. That unit, I've actually seen a teardown of it online. Someone just pulled it open, see how they put it together, and it's done really in a really clever way. There's a lot of things that you're going to miss out on. Of course, for instance, you are missing out on the clamshell, so you've got this kind of awkward slice of bread that's just going to kind of have these screens be exposed.
It's just like a Game Boy. I mean,
yeah, at that point it really is, or even a Vita.
Yeah, true.
Because you can't fold that in. You only have one speaker. It's not stereo speakers. It's just mono. You do have a headphone jack if you want to get stereo sound. And other than that, you're really not missing out on any features for it. And
3D, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're missing out. This was
they
the
call
first,
it the 2DS for a reason.
Right, and this was the first 2DS model that they came out with. So the next step up is the new 2DS XL, which has the more powerful hardware in it. Mm-hmm. It does have odd speaker placements.
It has 2 speakers, though.
Yes, on the bottom.
Yes.
That fired.
I know, and that's hands. To me. I have big hands, so like my hands go there like a lot. Like
so, you do end up covering it up.
I try not to, but sometimes I do, and I try to be like keep them mind the speakers, but
yeah,
it's not that big of a deal. I don't know.
Right, and
especially if you play with headphones.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
Which I do sometimes.
And the thing that I love about that model is they have an actual door or a cover that covers up where not only the game goes, but where the SD card goes. That's ingenious. I wish that the regular 3DS model had that. Or the new 3DS XL had it, but they made
the way the old DSs used to be, where it had the cartridge in the back. Dude, so many times I'd be playing a game and I'd accidentally push it in and go and pop out.
I've done that myself. And when they have the power button, like on the face with the other buttons, I've hit that accidentally too. That one's $150. I still think that's a little much to ask for, because really you're not getting any 3D in that model. You're not getting again, the speakers are kind of in a weird, awkward placement. But you do have the clamshell design, and you have really what you're getting is you've got the more powerful hardware, so you can play games better, like Hyrule Warriors Legends. You can play Xenoblade Chronicles 3D on there that you can't do on the original, and you've also got the Amiibo reader built in, which the original 2DS does not have.
Okay, right.
So you've got those things going for it. And then the $50 more, for $200, you can get for brand new the new 3DS XL, which does not come with a power brick and has a really dumb way to get to. You basically have to open up the back where the battery is to change out the SD card, the micro SD card, which is terrible.
How much is that one?
It's $200, brand new.
That's just 100 shy.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, dude, if you want, like, I wouldn't do anything with the original 2DS price. I think $80 is fair for that.
Yeah.
But I would lower the 2DS XL to $120.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, and then make the other one $150.
$150 or even $160. I could see you doing it at.
Yeah.
But that will move. I think that will move consoles down. Consoles faster. These handhelds faster. And this is kind of something weird that Nintendo has been doing. It's like they did it for the Wii and the GameCube, even the Nintendo 64. And Sony actually does the same thing too, and maybe even Microsoft. But it used to be that you would sell your console for $100. Like, you knew that a console's lifespan was ending, approaching the end when you can get it for $99. That's how much I bought my GameCube for. And then at one point the PS2 hit that price point, and it kept selling for years at that price point, even well into the PlayStation 3's lifespan. And even the Wii got knocked down to about $99 at one point. The Wii U, nope, $300. $250, I think, is what the cheapest you can get a Wii U.
But there was like no demand for it.
Right.
That doesn't make sense.
So they didn't want to lower the price on that. And if they're going to be stubborn about the 3DS price, because it does not cost them that much to build one of these things, very little. I would if I were Nintendo, when it comes time to cease production on it, they need to cut down that price to get people to buy them.
Yeah.
But really, other than that, it's a great system. I do think we're probably beginning the funeral march for the 3DS.
In its twilight, I guess.
Yes. In its golden years, it's had a good run though.
What would its golden years have been?
No, golden years kind of like your retirement years.
Oh, what do you think what would that be?
The peak?
Yeah,
like when it was in its prime.
Lifespan. Yeah.
I would say right around when. I wouldn't say Super Mario 3D Land because that was kind of early. I would say when Smash Brothers came out for it, alongside.
Oh right, yeah.
And then shortly before that, I think we got a Link Between Worlds.
That was just a few years ago.
2014.
Yeah. Wow. It feels way sooner than that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
A little over 4 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.